Hello, this is Mark Vila with ColDesi, and we've got another ColDesi daily video for you. And today it's about writing an email template. And really, this is going to be when you want to deliver email messages to your customers, specifically through a marketing platform like MailChimp or Constant Contact or one of those. You want to make sure that you write your emails with purpose. It's very easy to go in and throw a subject line in, write something in the body, add a picture, and hit send. And you might see this often in your inbox from companies who don't spend very much time paying attention to their email marketing. But if you take a look at really good companies and brands that you enjoy working with, you'll notice that there definitely seems to be some thought to this process. So we're going to go through it, and we'll start off describing it, and then we're going to take an idea and just write one together right now. So let's go ahead and just start with the basic concept of what an email is, right? We'll start with the top here, where we have our subject line. Okay, this is probably debatably the most important part of your email, and I've written some notes on how you should write your subject line. So keep it relevant, meaning you don't want a subject line that grabs a lot of attention that a lot of people will open, and then when they open it, they realize, wait a minute, this email's not about that. So if you say you're going to give away something for free, you need to be giving away something for free, right? If you're saying there's a great deal, there needs to be a great deal. If you say you've got a really important message to tell them, then there needs to be an important message to tell them, right? Next, it's got to be attention grabbing. So you're going to want to say something that isn't blasé, something that isn't going to be that somebody feels like they can miss, right? If they feel like they can miss it, then they're not going to open it. They'll just hit delete or they'll look at it later. So it's important to be attention grabbing. And then last, as I mentioned before, it should match the content of your email, not only the content, but also the mood, the style, the inflection. You don't want your subject line to be something really, really exciting and crazy, and then the content to be blah. You don't want your subject line to be emotional and the content to be more mechanical. So have your subject line match. Next is going to be the body of your email. This is everything that's inside. Once the customer decides to click and open it, then they're going to want to go ahead and read what's in there, right? So inside here, it should be exciting or interesting, however you want to put that. When somebody reads through this email, they want to feel like they weren't duped into opening it. They want to feel like they're not bored reading it or looking at it. And in the end, they could decide if they want to take the action the email has requested. Next, I say be more relevant than catchy. So what I mean about that is some people try to write emails, or some companies will write emails that are clever and catchy and try to be funny. And but what it says is not very interesting, and it's more corny than anything, right? And then it feels inauthentic. I'll also say write in the second person, in you and yours. I like this type of communication personally. When I don't always do it when I'm writing emails, but I try to do it often. So rather than describing what I want to do, I try to describe how it's good for you. So rather than saying I've got a great deal, I'll say you've got a great opportunity to save some money. All right. And by the way, this email subjects can be long or short. Just don't ramble. There's plenty of rules that people will say, keep an email short, keep them long. I've seen really long emails that perform fantastic, and I've seen really short emails that perform fantastic, and the other way around too. All right. A few more things. There's the introduction right here. Say what your email is about really quick. That you got something in the subject, which was the attention getter. Next is the intro. Tell them what's going to happen next as soon as possible. Then we've got the body of the email. All right. This is it. This is the point of getting the subject line for them to open them and the intro for them to keep reading. Describe the details, share your thoughts, ideas, pictures, links to things, etc. If you have any final thoughts, I always say just if you need to wrap up everything that you said, especially if it's a longer email, do it in a single sentence. Just kind of wrap up what it is, and then you need to have your call to action. This call to action can be peppered throughout the email, depending on your email and the length of it. But you need to distinctly tell folks what you want them to do next. Do you want them to reply to your email? Do you want them to go online and buy something, to call you, to attend an event, to register for something online, to subscribe to something else? And then the last step is a PS. I like a little PS in an email. This is an area where you can remind them about something, and it shouldn't be a distraction to your call to action. That's important. You don't want to somebody to see your PS and do that instead of the email, right? Unless, of course, the PS is in there and you'd prefer them to do that. That's a completely different story, though. We're really just referring to something a little extra at the end, and we'll do an example in here now. So what I've got here, this is an idea generator. It's just it's on this Creative Games website. It's not much to it, but the reason why I'm doing this is because I wanted to write an email on the fly, so I can hopefully do a little bit of stream of consciousness with you of what I'm thinking, and maybe provide a little bit better education. So I'm going to go ahead and just add a random word. I'm going to add a few of them. Cruise ship, turkey, cheat. Okay. Let's just add a couple more just to pick you. Salt. All right, salt, turkey, cruise ship. So let's go ahead and figure out the cruise ship one. It sounds pretty good. We can write an email talking about selling T-shirts for folks going on cruise ship vacations. Okay, I like that. That seems to work. The first word worked out really well. So let's go ahead and write that. The way I'll describe it is we're going to write an email to a group of our customers that we've spoken out to, and we want to let them know that we've got a new idea for T-shirt concepts or something that you want to specialize in. Now, this obviously, writing emails like this are going to be different for everybody. You might not do T-shirts that are impulse-based like this or event-based. You might only do things for school. But again, the point of this is writing the email, not necessarily exactly what the content is. So let's go ahead and write some cruise ship emails. So subject line. Right now, the potential scenario is that we have a group of fans out there, people who have bought T-shirts from us in the past, people who follow us on social media, signed up for our email list, met us at events, and we're going to go ahead and let them know that we love to do cruise themed T-shirts for events. So, and we can also say, but also at the same time, a lot of people might not be going out on cruises, right? So not necessarily for any particular reason. It's just what are the chances of, if you have 1,000 people, what percentage of them are actually going to go on a cruise soon, right? The next thought is, even if they're going on a cruise, are they even going to open this email, right? So I want to expand on that idea a little bit, and we're going to talk about just using a cruise ship as an example, but the fact that you can do a custom T-shirt for any event, right? And that's how I'm going to grow this idea out. We always want to think about that when we're communicating to our customers via email. When I'm sending this to everybody, how relevant is it to the audience that I have? And even though my idea is, man, if I can do groups of people going on cruises and vacations and make sure that they all have matching shirts, they're going to love it, right? They're going to love it because when they take the group picture, it's going to look cool. When they sit at a restaurant or a bar or go somewhere, everyone's going to see that they're a group together. People are going to come, high five them, all that stuff. If you've been on trips wearing matching T-shirts, you know what it's like. I'm a fan of it. So let's go ahead and write a subject line about making your cruise or making your vacation better. So let's go ahead and do that. Typically when I'm doing this, I might write 3 or 4 of them. So make your vacation even better with custom shirts. How custom t-shirts made this vacation even better. The family loved the matching t-shirts for our cruise. Let's just keep going. And this is an exercise you should do. If you want to write good email subjects, you got to play with this a little bit. Wow. Look how these t-shirts really turned things up. Okay, so I think I like this. I think I like this. Just a couple I don't know if I like the 2 exclamations. When in doubt, remove exclamation points. It's okay to have some in there. You're trying to express yourself, but you don't want to go crazy with them. That's one of pet peeve, especially when people are writing new. You know, newbies to writing, they put exclamation points everywhere in marketing, thinking they always need to shout. You don't. So, wow, look how these t-shirts really turned things up. And then you can even add something extra. You can make these longer. Cruise photos inside. Assuming you've got some relevant pictures to share of a cruise, right? So this is the subject line, all right? When I'm looking at the details of it here, all right, it's relevant to the topic because we're going to talk about making how custom t-shirts make vacations, cruises, etc. better. It's attention grabbing. We've got a wow in there. Look, we're asking them to look. The t-shirts turned things up. Well, how did they get turned up? What does that mean? And there's cruise photos inside. It's caught my attention. I've got 3 or 4 reasons why I want to look in here. Whose cruise photos? How do they look? What's turned up? And then physically, I'm saying look. All right, so now here's the body. So the subject. The intro, right? So in the intro here, I want to tell them quickly what's happening in this email. Why am I sending them this email in like a sentence or so? So, hi. When you can personalize, it is better. If you're using email marketing software, it typically will have subjects in there where, not subjects, fields that you can automatically put in. I think it's great. You know, theoretically, you would write one of these emails to all of your customers, right? And that's how I feel about it, is I would write this email to everybody personally. However, sending one email to 1,000 people over and over and over again, it really doesn't work out, right? Personalizing an email to every single customer over and over again doesn't work out. So what we do is we let them know we know who they are in the best way we can, so we can do this to the masses. So, and again, I will write and rewrite and delete things. So let's see what I can nail on the first time here. So hi. I don't know why I wrote emails in there. Hi, first name. There we go. All right, I got email on the brain. All right, so hi, first name. All right, so hi, first name. So again, I talk about writing in second person, and sometimes I struggle because I want to personalize and say, here's something I'm doing, right? In this scenario, I'm going to try to balance me and you. Right? Because first of all, I'm saying hi to your name, right? So this is a letter style email that I'm writing here. I'm writing hi and putting there, acknowledging that I am speaking is okay here. So here's a time where I'm not going to stick exactly to the second person, but I'm always fighting myself internally to say, should this be second person? Should this be second person? When you think about that way, you'll write better emails. So hi, first name. All right, I've noticed my customers really loving matching vacation t-shirts. I expect you'll love them too. Think of me for creating custom t-shirts for your next family vacation. How about just think of creating custom t-shirts for your next family vacation. Check these out. All right. So now I might insert a photo. Here. That might be a good idea. Also, I might be ready to tell a little bit more of the story. Right? I'm not sure, so I'll put a question mark here. I'll wait for this for when I build this. So body, describe the details, share your thoughts, ideas, vision, and be clear. So we've told them what this email is about. That people are loving these matching vacation shirts. You think you're going to love them too. You wanted to share them with them, and you want them to think about creating custom shirts for your next family and friends vacation. Right? So at this point in time, I've planted a seed of what the point of this email is. The point of this email is, I think the vacation matching shirts are great. I think that you will also think that they were great. And then I'd like you to think of me for your next vacation to go ahead and have me make some shirts for you. And all in all, it's going to be great. So now for the body of this one, I've got a customer who's I've already made these shirts for, and I think that I got pictures from them, which means that they probably liked the shirts enough to the point to share them with me, right? So now I think for this one, I would tell the story of that, right? The story is that, and you can even say, let me tell you a short story. We'll go super generic here and call them the Johnsons. Actually, I want to call them the Jetsons. It made me think about that, and I haven't seen that show in a long time. I'm sure you remember that show, right? So great customers of mine, the Jetsons, were going on a cruise last fall. They had us create, let's say us here, me, us. It depends on the size of your customer, and I'm sorry, the size of your business. If your customers know you personally and they know you as the face of the business, just try to say me. If they know that it's a team or you're going to refer to it as the business. So with ColDesi and Company, I'm usually not going to write I unless I'm specifically telling a story about I. I'll usually say us. So they had me, because I'm going to say we're a nice small business. Everyone knows who I am. They know I make the shirts, or me and my partner make the shirts, or whoever you do business with. So they had me create these creative and funny shirts for their trip. They said it, and I'll emphasize this, like really made the trip 100 times better. And then I would say, like, maybe here might be a time to insert photo. This is assuming a few things, but again, I'm just writing an email. I'm describing the theory with an example. Okay, this might not be relevant to you or your business, but hopefully you're getting the theory behind this. Is that I'm constantly capturing attention, letting them know it's up. Capturing attention, letting them know it's up. So let me tell you a short story. Great customer of mine, the Jetsons, were going on a cruise last fall. They had me create creative and funny shirts for their trip. They said it really made the trip 100 times better. Insert photos. And then maybe we'll give some quotes of what happened. So here are some examples of what they said. And now I'm going to put in some quotes. This subject, this body, I'm sharing my thoughts, my ideas, the vision. All right, what I'm focusing here on in these examples and these photos is the vision. I want the customer reading this to say, when I go on our vacation, when we go on our family trip, when we go on that bachelor party cruise, when we go on that birthday trip for grandpa, whatever it is, we've got to get custom shirts. And we've got to get this t-shirt shop to do it for us. If we don't, we're going to miss out. That's kind of the concept. And let's be honest here, I think that they will miss out. And you know that. You're in the custom t-shirt business. If they don't get custom shirts for a trip, they're going to miss out on some fun, because they always turn into fun. So let's go ahead and write some things they said. Here's some examples of what they said. People said, "Happy birthday to Grandpa Joe" all over the boat. It was hysterical. So I was kind of thinking maybe if we had, if it was Grandpa Joe's birthday and maybe the shirt said Grandpa Joe's birthday or something like that, and it was hysterical. They just thought it was funny walking out like, "Hey, Grandpa Joe, happy birthday, Grandpa Joe." That stuff is funny, actually. People wanted to be in pictures with us because they can tell we were a fun crowd. Okay, so the t-shirts kind of helped to tie them together, and people are laughing because people are calling them happy birthday and they're making new friends, and now people are coming up and wanting to be in a picture with them. You can imagine that this vacation is becoming funner than it would have if it did not have those shirts. The group picture came out amazing. That's it. Just imagine a big group of people with matching t-shirts, with sunset background. We'll never forget this trip, and every time we put on these shirts again, we'll remember the feeling from this vacation. That, to me, is just the closer right there. Everyone can relate to that concept if they have a t-shirt from an old memory, whether it was a concert or a vacation or a trip or whatever it is. When they grab that shirt and they throw it on and they look in the mirror or they pick it up out of the drawer, you immediately get some feelings of when you wore that shirt. And everyone loves their vacations. Everyone thinks back to old vacations. This becomes another part of that memory, and it's something they wore, so it's very personable. So final thoughts on this. For this email, there's already a good amount I've written in here, but I still, I'm going to combine the final thought and the call to action on this. So I'm going to give a final thought. I've thought personalized t-shirts make a vacation. This is why I've chosen to take it on as one of my specialties. All right. So, I know I wrote do it in a sentence. These aren't hard and fast rules. Just sometimes it's 2 or 3 sentences. This is a longer written email, I'd say, compared to most things that I would do. But this is all about the theory, the philosophy, the way you should be thinking. Last, call to action. What do I want them to do? Planning a vacation. Hit reply to get a quick, let's hit reply to talk about some great ideas for custom t-shirts. And I'll put or call me at. And I was going to say something else. I think that's good. And then, do I want to do a PS? Yes. I want to do a PS on this. And let me go ahead. We got a lot going on here, so let me go ahead and color code some of this for you guys, so we can get a visual of the email when we go to read it later. Now, I'm not doing this in my MailChimp or Constant Contact or anything like this first. I don't always do that. Sometimes I'll actually just go into Microsoft Word and start writing, because I like to work off of a little bit of a template like this and make sure that I've got everything. It's kind of like a grocery list. All right. So now, here's a PS. What can we write about a PS here? So maybe you offer a quality guarantee or something like that. Maybe you know that consultations is free. Maybe you just let them know something about your business that's important, so I like this area for either reminding them something you told them before or building trust. So in the PS, you could even just write PS taking pride in making shirts that you love is my specialty. I can't spell that word today. There we go. Okay. Taking pride in making shirts that you love is my specialty. I guarantee it. Okay, I mean, that's a simple enough wrap up there. So let's go ahead and just review the email real quick. Sometimes on something like this, I'll strike through the ones that I didn't like. I won't always delete them in case I want to go back and change something or just kind of review my idea. Second thing to note is this is not an email I'm going to send out today. This is an email I'm going to send out next week, right? Write this, save it, and then revisit it, including your strike throughs. It's going to help you really hone down the content. So let's go ahead and review it, and then we're done. So writing our email template, the subject, keep it relevant, attention grabbing, match the content of your email. All right. Wow, look at these t-shirts. Oh, wait. Wow, look how these t-shirts really turned things up. Cruise photos inside. Hi, first name. I've noticed my customers really loving matching vacation t-shirts. I expect you'll love them too. I don't like that second word. It's a little bit robotic for me. All right. I've noticed my customers really loving matching t-shirts. Okay. I've noticed my customers really loving matching vacation t-shirts. I thought you would too. I'll put an exclamation here. I'm always hesitant on adding these things, but sometimes I like them. Or the other thing I will do is I'll bold this because I can focus on them. I was thinking of you. So that's another thing you could do. So I've noticed my customers really loving matching vacation t-shirts. I thought you would too. Think of creating custom t-shirts for your next family, friends vacation. Check these out. Insert a photo. Maybe it's just the actual design. I like that concept. So this could be, the design. All right. Body. Describe the details. Let me tell you a short story. So this would be right underneath the image of the design. Let me tell you a short story. Great customers of mine, the Jetsons, were going on a cruise last fall. They had me create these creative and funny shirts for their trip. They said it really made the trip 100 times better. You can insert maybe another photo of them or one of them or a funny picture, whatever it might be. A cute picture, a picture of a baby in a custom onesie, whatever it might be. Here are some examples of what they said. People said, "Happy birthday to Grandpa Joe" all over the boat. It was hysterical. People wanted to be in pictures with us because they could tell we were the fun crowd. I like that one. It's a little long now, though. I'm going to get rid of this one for the sake of shortening things up. People said, "Happy birthday to Grandpa Joe" all over the boat. It was hysterical. The group picture came out amazing. We will never forget this trip, and every time we put on these shirts again, we'll remember the feelings from this vacation. I like that. I've always thought personalized t-shirts make a vacation. This is why I've chosen to take it on as one of my specialties. Planning vacation? Hit reply to talk about some great ideas for custom t-shirts, or call me at, and I was thinking about adding something. I will. Ideas are 100% free, and I love to chat about this stuff. I would put on parentheses this, maybe even. Okay. Planning vacation, hit reply to talk about some great ideas for custom t-shirts. Ideas are 100% free, and I love to chat about this stuff. Then I'll remove this one. You can also call me at PS. Taking pride in making shirts that you love is my specialty. I guarantee it. Okay, there we go. I feel like we have an email now, right? So what I would do is I would save this file, sleep on it, and then I'll go and put it into our email software to send out to our customers. We'll do that in another ColDesi daily video. So thanks for taking the time to hang out with me and learn about writing emails and creating a template so you can write great emails every single time. Hopefully you learned something, and if you have some questions, definitely ask us and we'll go ahead and put it in the next video. So thanks for watching ColDesi Daily Video, and have a great day.